Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to join this channel. I repeat again, is for self-awareness, mental health, well-being. There will be a meditation video and yoga classes and other unusual topics. So it's gonna be a mixture of video in this channel of videos. um, I had some strange situation recently, but before I start with this video, I want to say thank you for the 15 people that you guys subscribe. I know this channel, I just started this channel, so I know it's nothing much. It's just like funny, but I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for wanting to learn and to grow and understand yourself. Thank you for wanting to want to let go of being angry and make this journey together with me toward finding yourself, defining yourself, discovering and unraveling yourself, and becoming a positive, happy person that accept, love, and understand themselves. Uh, I had a very strange situation a few weeks ago, and now that we are done with the videos talking about narcissism, people, narcissist abuse, that you can click over here and find them. I decided to create 3 videos, and you're gonna see this series of 3 videos about friends. This video is called How Your Friends Manipulate You and You Don't Even Know About It. But before I start, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching those videos. Please, if you think that somebody of your friends needs to hear what I have to say, or need to see it, or need to be aware of the things that I'm talking about, share it, recommend it. Okay, so I had a situation not long ago with a person, and make me see how friends can manipulate us and we don't even know about it, and make me be a little bit more aware when my best friend manipulates me. I still love her, and I know sometimes she does it to teach me a lesson, because I can be very tough person. But yeah, I want to give you that videos that is gonna make you think a little bit about friends, and how do we filter friends, or do you filter your friends actually? Why you choose somebody to be your friend? How do you do that? Do you try to find some specific quality or characteristic of this person, or you just go with the flow and you accept anybody in your life? Why do you choose somebody to be your friend? And what makes you keep a friendship? Talking about friends filtering, I want to say that in order to do that kind of thing, you gotta be also constantly self-analyzing and self-awareing, and being self-aware of yourself. And there is one exercise that I do in the end of each my day when I go to bed. I do this since I was a little kid, and I cannot even tell you why I do that. It probably is because I saw a lot of things that I didn't like during my childhood. And I remember I would go to bed like when I was 5, 6, 17, and I would think about my day and the things that I did during the day, and if I was happy, if I liked myself, if I wanted to do something differently. I know this can sound weird, but this is what I did and what I do every day and every night. When I close my eyes before bed, I'm thinking about, did I like myself today? Is there something that disturbed me today, and why? So after this situation that I had, I felt very, very disturbed, and I was not able to understand what bothered me. And then I realized I was allowing this person in my circle that was negative and toxic. So let's start. The first thing that I want you to think about is your friends. Okay, what a person needs to have or be in order to be your friend, or more to be. So what is the thing, or how do you choose your friend? What is the most important value for you in order to be a friend with someone, right? um, how do you choose your friends? Because I want to talk about friends and how we choose our friends, because when we are guys young, when we grow up through this very turbulent age of hormonal development, 16, 20, or child, we like to play, we like to have fun, right? And then we start to get into this turbulent age to become women and a young man, and suddenly when we become adult or 21, we find ourselves with this freedom to choose and freedom to be something. And most of the times, all this empty space that we had, that was full from our parents with chores, with things, with must, when we detach from them, you find a bunch of empty time and empty space that we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what to do with ourselves, and we just get friends. We want to hang out with friends. We have that empty time that scares us, that we don't know what to do with that time. We don't know how to use that time, and we just allow a bunch of people to our environment that makes us experience different kind of things. Through these experiences and through these people, we are defining ourselves, we are discovering ourselves, we are starting to understand what kind of people we like, what kind of things we like, what we want to do. Do we like music? What kind of music? Do you like rock or classic piano music? So through these different people that come into our life when we get adults, we start to discover ourselves, right? Hopefully. But when we are so young and we have so much free time, we haven't discovered our potential, our intellectual potential, our goddess gifts. We need these people to fill that space. Let's say we finish work and the space is empty. We don't know yet if we like playing sports, if we like piano, if we like to run, if we like boxing. We don't know what exactly we like, so we like to hang out with friends, because there is this empty space that we feel like have to fill with something or with someone, right? And when we make experiences and we start to grow up and we start to discover ourselves, we start to discover our hobbies. We like to read, art, museums, painting, opera, theater, cinema, hiking, mountains, traveling. There's so many things to do that can make you feel good and happy and positive. So when we start to discover these things, we tend to try to find friends that like the same things, so that we can have hobbies with them. But in order to really, really be friends with someone, what do you look for? How do you want them to be? You want them to be honest, rich, good looking, financially stable, clever, intelligent, funny, hardworking, drinking. You want them 420. You want them to be sad, blue, gloomy, depressed, lonely, desperate, separate, or deny something, greeting about something, hopeless, poor, broken, uh, in a bad situation in life. There is a lot of people that like to surround themselves with people that are in bad situation because they don't feel good about themselves, right? So how we filter out our friends, and why we choose somebody to be our friend. Okay, this is the video about. uh, of course, we all need friends, and younger we are, more people we allow in our life, and more we grow, we learn, we elaborate, we become more sophisticated, and more we know ourselves, more we need to filter our friends, because we need valuable people in our life. So when we are young, it's easy, you know, it's all about partying, discovering. More we grow, more we start to look about certain characteristics in our friends. And I could tell you, for my best friend, one of my best friends, it's a lady. She is really profoundly honest. She's pure inside, and she doesn't even know that. So this is something that I really value about her, that she could be honest with me and tell me things that I sometimes don't like, because it's so hard to find somebody so pure. So maybe there's other things that piss me off about her, but I value so much that I'm not just gonna let her go because she makes me angry, right? But but talking about friends filter, I want to talk about the topic, or the main topic of these 3 videos talk: manipulation. How the friends manipulate you. Yes, there is many situations that the friends can manipulate you. Uh, and what exactly they do, what exactly is the problem with the friends that manipulate you, or the people that use these tactics? There are people that are not able to tell you directly what what they need, want, or feel. They cannot tell you directly, okay? Just because they have this weakness, they desire to control you, okay? And the ways that your friends sometimes control you, and I have seen this quiet sometimes here, now that I had this situation, I was aware, I was able to see it more clearly. One of the tactics is make you feel embarrassed, okay? By acting and doing things around you to other people, and this is how they gain control. I was in a birthday party not long ago, and one of the girls that was friend of the person that invited me started bullying me. Uh, I saw that the friend in common felt very, very embarrassed. She was very hurt, and she also felt to apologize. She was feeling bad and she was feeling guilty, but she did not have a healthy boundaries to tell to her best friend that she cannot be that disrespectful in her own place. She couldn't set up a boundaries in her own house, and therefore she had a guest who was feeling bossy and comfortable enough to bully another guest. So, talking about friendship and healthy boundaries, that could be really, really profound. So, the tactic that this friend used, she made her feel embarrassed. I could have set up a boundary for both of us, but I decided to respect this person, and I understood that she needed to work on herself and be able to stand for herself, because in order to feel good with ourselves and have a good self-esteem, we have to be able to set up a boundary with respect. It doesn't mean to be rude, it doesn't mean to scream, or let me talk to that person, I will tell her she shouldn't do. No, you don't need to be her therapist and explain anything to her. You just gotta be able to work with you and decide what are you going to set up for, what is your level, what are your boundaries, which mean that if one of your friends act embarrassing and make things or bully another of your friends, you should be able to request her and make it a requirement that you deserve respect and your friend cannot act disrespectful, correct? Another thing is shame. This is the second tactic that this friend used on me. She tried to shame me and make me feel uncomfortable, telling me that I am fat and making some kind of jokes about me, telling me that I'm something like disgusting or something like that. Uh, and again, I didn't respond to that. But my other friend, the friend in common, felt really ashamed. I could have really hurt this person that was trying to put me down, but I just thought that she was miserable, you know. I felt sorry because I saw the friend in common was really hurt. The goal of this manipulation game, if they're ever used on you, is to gain control over you, over your feelings. Because when you feel ashamed, when you feel embarrassed, you feel uncomfortable and you want to change the situation. Naturally, you feel like fixing it. Uh, and so the person who is shamed and embarrassed try to change these uncomfortable feelings by fixing it, by making it right. Unfortunately, the problem is that this person have a childhood trauma and doesn't know how to set up boundaries. It doesn't know how to request respect in their own home. So very often manipulative friends are going to do situations that will make you feel embarrassed in public or in front of others. And in this case, this relationship was so unhealthy, codependent, that the visitor was making a lady feel uncomfortable in her own home because she was not able to respect. Why was that happening? Because my friend feel sorry. She have a childhood trauma that she hasn't elaborate, and she's not able to request respect. She doesn't know what means to be respected in her own home. I felt so sorry for that, so I decided to create this video. The number two, I want to say in this video, I want to say a few more things, is that the manipulative people are not necessarily bad or mean. They are just insecure, and the main goal of that is to separate you from other friends, distract you, make you feel like other friends are not good enough, that they're not on your level, make you fear to lose them, and make you feel that you made a wrong choice of friend. Yes, they are making you doubt your choices as well. In my situation is the friend in between me and that other person tried to make her feel like she chose a wrong friend, and she bullied me and she say many offensive words, expecting me to react and bully her back. So I would get out of emotional control, and this was a tool for her to prove in the friend in common that I was a bad person and not worthy, and so and so. So these kind of games are played because people fear of losing you, fear of being alone, uh, and you also, the person that received this tactic, are afraid to set up a boundaries. You are afraid to request respect because probably back in your childhood there was some kind of a trauma. So how do you react on this trauma? Because you never elaborate this trauma, you try to fix things, you try to accommodate the person that is so needy, so aggressive, so attacking around. You try to calm them down, to accommodate them, and you do a lot of things. I could see this friend in common that she do a lot of things for that bullying lady because she feel bad. For the person that manipulate you and bully you, they fear one thing. They fear losing the benefit. I will call it the benefit of friendship, but it's more interest, these kind of things that the submissive person do in order to accommodate a bullying friend. They could be listen, help, feel sorry, do things for them, help them, save them. There could be a lot of things, because as a friend, we want to be a good friend, right? So sometimes we are afraid to say no. And this is because we are afraid to say no. This is because we are fearing to face unpleasant moment. And this is again from the childhood. So in order to get out of this uncomfortable situation, I have one suggestion or one thought about what you have in common with your friends. What are the values that you have in common with your friends? Do you do sport, admire them, hobby, have a good time? Because for me, I realize out of having serious conversation, out of having maybe sometimes cry or share a moment, or for me it's very important that I have a good time with my friends, that I laugh with them, that I can joke, that I can go out and have a good time. I can have fun, share about books, movies. I have to be able to be serious and funny and also ridiculous and self-embarrassing with my friends. I gotta be able to share my true range of emotions or things that are happening around me. Uh, and not be afraid that I'm gonna be judged, right? To be okay with that. So my best friend, she lives in Italy and I'm here in America, and I feel so happy that I can share a lot of things even though I don't see her as much. So the healthy friendship relationship is based not necessarily on financially supporting one another or saving each other or stuff like that, but is based on good times, good moments that we share with each other. At least that is for me friendship. I love to be there for my friends. I love to support them, to help them, to listen to them, and be able to come and bring something positive, make them understand themselves, understand myself through them, get a better person through whatever critic they told me, right? Even though I don't like it, my best friend knows that I appreciate her so much because she's sometimes so critical toward me. And this really hurts me, I could tell you, but I appreciate that she's honest with me. So this is what is valuable to me and what is valuable about friends, to be honest. And instead of, I remember one time my best friend, we were living in Italy, and I was going out with a guy and she was kind of flirting with the guy, and I was so angry with her. There was this moment I was so pissed. I would told her the B word and I said, I don't want to talk to you no more, leave me alone, why are you doing that? The guy was thinking something even more weird, and at one point we had a lunch and she told me, you know why I do that? It's because I'm afraid to lose you. I don't want you to get a boyfriend because you're not gonna have no more time for me and we're not gonna have fun anymore. So she was fearing to lose me. This is when she gave me back. She said three phrases and I was ready to cry because I understood her. So for me, somebody being honest, like that honest with me, that's so precious. And a lot of people have this fake superficial friendship that they fear to actually say how much they appreciate someone, and they go and bully other people to separate them from this friend instead of just being honest and say, you know what, you are so valuable to me and I care for you and I don't want to lose you. How many people could say that they have heard that in their life? I haven't heard that in my life. I think it was the first time somebody said something so nice to me, by the way. And I think if we feel like that, we should be more open and more aware to express it and more willing, especially with someone that we care so much, right? But unhealthy friendships instead are based on this kind of a superficial patterns. I could see this kind of patterns in my friend's house, how the third person was trying to play mommy with her kid. I thought that was very odd. And then she was trying to clean the pot in front of everybody during the party. This was really, really embarrassing. Like she was trying to show that she was a good home lady or something. I was thinking that some of the guys made few comments about it, and I know what the guys was thinking. They were laughing how desperate this lady is to show something in public, because very probably her house is a full mess, but she go to a party to clean and show what a great lady she is. So there is many of these kind of unhealthy pattern games that happen around you probably, and you're not even able to see it. And I could see a lot of people base their friends on a bad experience that they're sharing. I met two guys in Italy, and the story was very interesting. One of the guy had the mom that was working as escort, and the second guy, the mom had a love story with another man, and she ended up divorcing his father. And in his head, his mom was like a prostitute. So these two guys had this thing in common, and they had a very unhealthy, codependent friendship pattern, if you want to say it like that. So there is many unhealthy friendship patterns that are based on depression, drinking, alcohol, sad, gloomy, 420, guilt tripping, crying, being unhappy, being negative, being depressed, being clingy, being nagging, being complaining, trying to separate the friends from the others, being needy, being just negative person. These negative people choose insecure people to be friends with, and their friendship is normally not based in a good time together, in sharing good moments, or going out and having fun, joking. They don't have this good moment. The friendship is based on dependency. One of the person is depressed and down, and the other person needs to feel good with themselves, so they feel sorry. The second friend is insecure, and instead of building trust and honesty and have real friendship, the person that have this negative being around is trying to play good, to feel good about themselves, because deep down there is some kind of a trauma that comes from the childhood that makes them feel bad about themselves. Maybe they didn't stand, or they don't stand for themselves. I could see this friend doesn't have a self-respect, and she allow in her own home somebody to bully her guests. This is so shameful. This is so uncomfortable. This is so embarrassing. And even if she's not ready to face it, she does feel guilty about it. She does feel bad about it. And these things are corroding her self-esteem. So, but this is because in her childhood, eventually there was a situation where she stopped standing up for herself, and she never did this again. And that's why she need a friend to nurture this kind of a pattern. She need that negative pattern because she feels bad with herself and guilty. So if you have a friend that make you feel uncomfortable, that make you feel ashamed, that put you in a situation where you feel embarrassed, and you don't respond, and you don't know how to respond, or you are afraid to do so, or you're afraid to be a bad friend, my suggestion is to look back in your childhood and try to understand why you need this friend, why you are not able to request respect in your own home. why you need to find people that constantly require you to prove yourself by doing things. Because a lot of people confuse love with need and doing things, because who loves you with your defects, with your problem, and so and so. And a lot of people feel bad about themselves and they need to do things for others, and very often they find these unhealthy people and they constantly save them, and they try to coach them and to explain them what they have to do in order to. No, the things that you have to do is look inside of you and find your way, your problem, and understand yourself. You're nobody to coach others. You're nobody to explain to others how to behave, especially if it's 45 years old lady. You don't need to do that. You don't need to explain nobody how to be a better person. But you can be honest and say to your friend, excuse me, you make me feel really ashamed when you act like that. Can you please be respectful with my guests? This doesn't make you a bad friend, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It only makes you a person that have boundaries, healthy boundaries, boundaries and self-respect. Because everything starts with self-respect, guys. I hope this video was brain opening. It make you think differently. It make you see some flashbacks, and it make you understand something new about yourself. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned, stay positive. That was everything. That was video number 1. Stay tuned. There's gonna be 2 more videos about how your friends manipulate you. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.